Hi, I'm Michelle Cool and welcome to my channel Pretty Pink Soul Movement, and today I'll be doing the Lionsgate activation portal, which occurs on the 8th of August, which obviously Leo season. It always happens every year in Leo season. And I remember reading about this in like 2016 when I was into this stage of teaching, I guess, like my spiritual lessons and whatever you want to call it, experiences. And a lot of the astrologers were writing about 2020 and how it's going to be a massive, massive activation. And I remember thinking, oh my God, that's 4 years away. I can't wait for this. And I remember reading about it and it was sounding amazing. And I will say from my perspective, this year has been amazing. It's been very transformational. And I think since 2016, it's been slowly building us up, and we've been releasing and we've been creating new things, and we've been creating new beliefs, and we've been releasing the old. So what is actually Lionsgate? It's when our spiritual star, Sirius, if you know about that, and a lot of you light workers and starseeds are from there or have spent incarnations there, and I know I have. I'm very connected to that star, and you will be too if you're actually watching this video. So a lot of us have spent time there, and so at the moment Sirius is the closest to Earth, and it's kind of like activating a grid, an awakening grid, like another one. And I'm seeing it as like a grid and people just kind of like popping through to the other side, and we'll kind of get into why that is. But also Earth is aligned with the galactic center, which is activating this portal. So those things are activating this portal, which is pretty amazing time of year. And Leo is all about shining and expression and speaking your truth and standing out from the crowd. And this is what the light workers and starseeds need to do. Now we're all kind of stepping up. So the channeled message that I got before I started this video was that we're releasing and healing our karmic debt. I can't let that all sink in. Think of what have you been working through this year? What has been pissing you off, I guess? Think of those things. What's pissing you off now? That is indication of what needs to be released. Okay, so literally just see it dissolving. Just say, I release this karmic debt now. I've got the message, got the lesson, got it. What are you going to replace that with? What are you going to focus on? What are you going to replace that with? I release this, but I replace this with, what do you want? Like, do you want more inner peace? Do you want more time by yourself? Do you just want to like feel like no stresses in your life? Like, what do you want to feel? Do you want to work on your craft? Whatever brings you the feeling of peace, call that in first, because we need to release the karma. To do that, we basically do need to call in peace, which will bring freedom as well, right? So peace is at the basis of this new foundation that you want to create for yourself. So from then, once we rest and relax, and you're probably going to need a lot of time to release these icky things. You might even get like ascension symptoms or feel a bit sick or whatever, because the energy is trying to shift out of you. Always when we release, we must replace it with something better, so you can ask for what you want. I do recommend taking the time out to de-stress. This is a big thing for us. It'd be very healing for us, because then once we process that, and when our body's ready and our spirit's ready and our soul's ready, we're able to go, okay, I need to hop into more of my light worker duties now. And that's going to be the big thing. So hopefully that makes sense for you. So that's a really good focus. Was there anything else I wanted to mention about that? Yeah, so that's the process of releasing your karmic debt. That's very exciting. Then we're able to connect more. If you know my channel, you know I do moon readings and stuff like that. This is the first card that popped up. It is so about our soul right now. It is, well, it's always been, but specifically now. So when you shift out like that karma and those old chapters and cycles, and you're like, no, toxic person, no more. I'm not doing this anymore. You're not going to see my side of things. Then good luck to you. Off you go. We need to, if you feel anger or frustration, release it. Even if you're screaming at it, doesn't have to be at that person, but you need to get it out of your body. Otherwise you can get sick and these things build up. Other thing is, you can never convince someone to hear your point of view. Never. If they're in that frame of mind, nothing you say or do will change their mind because they're competing with their own like inner voices, right? Their own karma, their own, things that they need to release, emotions that they need to go through. So that's something that I think someone needs to hear. So that might help you let it go, because sometimes we can get so frustrated because we're so sensitive, beautiful beings, and we understand, we're empathetic, we're sensitive, we pick up on vibes. And then it's hard to understand why other people don't think or feel the same as you, because they're not you, unfortunately. Do you know what I mean? So I hope these things help you release the past, because we really need to let go of the energy. So if you feel any anger towards anyone, just express it out. It's like, I'm so angry that they don't listen to me, or I don't think the same as me. You like scream somewhere, drive out somewhere where no one is, and just get it out. It's like, get out of your body, because then you're making room for your soul and to hear your soul a whole lot better. And that's what we want, right? Because that's why we're here. We're here this lifetime to listen to our soul. What does my soul got to say to me today? What does my soul want to do? And it's going to be always different from your ego. Always. I'm a workaholic. I have got like lots of planets in Virgo. I do too much, and I get so much inspiration because I'm just connected to, source energy all the time, constantly getting downloads. I'm like, I can do this, I do that, I can do this. I'm only one person though. So, and the same might be for you. You're receiving so much, and you're probably going to be receiving a lot at this time because everything's lining up. Write it all down. If you don't have the energy for it, if you know you need to rest and relax and nurture yourself, jot it all down, get it out, because then it's going to get that irritation out of your body, because you're like, I'm getting so many downloads. I want to do this. I want to do that. You can't do it all at once. You're only one person, okay? But you're receiving these messages for a reason. They're planting the seed sometimes. Sometimes it's things you need to action, but just write it down. Literally have like a soul journal and just be like, okay, my soul says this, da 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 da. Maybe now's not the right time, because your ego will always tell you have to do everything right now, but you can't. It's just, we're humans, we're not spirits. You're remembering being a spirit. We could accomplish so much, where you could create new worlds. Literally, that's what we used to do. I had a memory when I was like 6. I'm like, I can remember being on this planet, and funny enough, it was like the land was pink. And I remember creating stuff and building things and making things beautiful. And I've come into this life and I'm like, there's no magic here. There's a little 6-year-old thinking that there's no magic. I thought magic was real, and it wasn't. It is, but it's just because, we've come to this like harsh, dense earth. We struggle. A lot of us want to, go home. A lot of us feel like we don't belong, because we don't belong here. However, we signed up. We signed up for this. So 2020 is going to be a massive year for this Lionsgate portal. You're going to be communing with your soul more, getting to connection with more of what you want to be. But first you must rest and do a lot of work with the moon, like watch my new moon and full moon videos and stuff like that. So we're all connected to the moon. It's just, that's our intuitive center, basically. The moon is about our soul. And I didn't even realize that. I started doing the moon readings before. I was like, what am I about? And then the name Pretty Pink Soul Movement came up. I was like, oh, okay, I don't know what this means, but I like pink and sounds cool. It happens for a reason. So things like that can happen before it makes sense. You're definitely connected to the moon. And then we've got here the 8th house of endings and beginnings. So your moon could be in the 8th house. Ooh, feel that. This is such a transformational energy. 8th house is Scorpio, and it's like deep in the darkest of darkest depths. But the thing is, a lot of us Lightworkers, Starseeds, are feeling that we're able to juggle that, because we work between the light and the dark, which is what I do with my coaching clients. And you're probably the same. You're probably doing some of your shadow work by yourself. You're transforming and transmuting stuff. And it's like, I can understand why this is happening. A couple of years ago, it would have really upset me, would have deflated me. But now I'm like, okay, I can juggle this. I'm just seeing a lot of juggling. Just going, yep, okay, this is the way it is. We're here to take on a lot. This is why we have a lot of burdens. We've taken on a lot of lessons. We take on a lot of lessons so we can teach that to others going forward. Teaching could be your path now. Teaching could be your path in a couple of years. It doesn't really matter. But what matters is that you're communing with your soul right now and listening to your soul, and ending out these chapters and these cycles so you can move forward to something a lot better. So think of what that is for you. Well, is there anything you're struggling with? Could be one thing, could be 5 things. Just cut off from it. Don't do it. Look into it deeper if you're at that point. If you need to look into things deeper, if you need to have more realizations, don't shy away from what you want to change. What behaviors do you want to release? What behaviors do you want to bring in to replace it? Look at the people. I know it's hard because a lot of people say in the public eye they don't show their bad days, do they? They don't like to be vulnerable. They don't want to be seen as, just another one of us, where at the end of the day it is, everyone's the same. We all think the same. We all feel the same. We go through the same issues. Doesn't matter how much money you got. However, find people that you admire and tune into their energy more. Not stealing their energy. Don't ever do that. But just like tune into what they're about. What are they about? Why do you admire them? Because those are things that you need to emulate in your life. Those are things that you're meant to be here this lifetime. I'm playing with this deck, but I'm feeling like I need to play something else. All right. Yeah, so look up people that you admire. They could have 1 million followers. They could have 10. It's not about how many people are following them. We've got the courage card, hilarious because it's Leo season. Leo's about courage. I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. Yeah, babies. Face your fears. Health. I will honor the physical vessel that enshrines my soul. So, and that's the other thing too. Our diets need to change a lot. Getting away from bread and more plant-based food and lighter meats. Okay. So we know we've got adversity card here. We know that the best way to learn, we discussed that, is through, the harsher lessons, because there is no way, literally. Do you know what I mean? We don't pay attention until we're forced to slow down, which can usually happen through illness. If you're doing too much or if you're not listening to your body, you could not get knocked down with a cold. Do you know what I mean? Or to be grosser, you could be constipated. Do you know what I mean? If you're not eating enough fruits and vegetables or things that get your body moving, when we get tired, and a lot of us are feeling really tired because the energies have been super intense this year, and it feels like it's just building. I feel like there'll be some reprieve once you let go of these things. Definitely diet. Definitely what toxic energy you're letting into your life. Tune into the better energy by watching, people that you admire, and just pondering. When you're finding your inner peace, ponder, what is it about them that I admire? Is it their energy? Is it just they're full of love? Is it their desire to help people? Or is it, I like their colors in their website or whatever, draws my soul in. I feel such a connection. Why do I feel that connection? Just ponder stuff. This is what I really feel like we need to do right now. Just ponder. No decisions to be made, except to allow nothing but goodness into your life. And that can be your affirmation. I allow nothing but goodness into my life. Good only comes to me. Money flows to me easy. I'm getting money every day. Replace those irritated thoughts, let it out firstly, but then replace it with better stuff. I'm so happy I get to live in my purpose every day. I always feel hopeful. The answers I need always come to me right when I need it. Not when my ego tells me I need it, right when I actually need it, when I'm ready for it. Tell yourself a better story, which is amazing. So yes, I like that. I love that a lot. Okay, now I want to play with this deck. Let's get one more message. Focus. Okay, what should our focus be on? Yeah, just focus on getting clarity. Seriously, and we've got calm here. It's just that inner peace. And this is something I wrote on the other day about your desires. And that's when it will come in, right? It's when we focus on inner peace and feeling calm your phone. I try to go to this gorgeous park every single day because I disconnect from all the things I should do. Do you know what I mean? And it helps you ponder, and it gives you time and space to go, oh, I want this, I want that, I want more of this in my life. You know, it brings you like a lot of clarity. Sother. You know, it brings in a lot of clarity. Focusing on what makes you feel, what do you actually want? What do you actually want? That's a good ponder question for today, or whenever you watch this. And it's really going to lead to a lot of progress, healing. We need to release this karmic debt, because haven't we been carrying it around a lot? We've been carrying it around enough for most of our lives, from other lives. This is a life where we're resolving all sorts of things. And I don't know about you, but I'm over it. I'm over it. I don't want to continue a cycle. Always put yourself first as a light worker. This is so important. Always put you first. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to release this energy. So you need to take that time out for you, and focus on what you need and what you want to release. I feel like I'm repeating myself. I feel like a mum. I'm sorry. I'm a spiritual mum. It makes me feel old. So yeah, if you need more help, please go to michellecool.com and check out my soul programs. I can help you with that. Also have the celestial channeling course, and if you're a lady, I have my spiritual guidance women's group. We have lots of extras in there, lots of fun daily readings and stuffs and challenges to help you guys in any area of your life. And also I've started my Pisces Passions channel for any Pisces placements, Pisces sun, moon, rising, or any planets in Pisces. Like, join us. Also, there's really good messages there. I post there. I try to do daily, but it's been too much. You know, I've got too much going on. Instagram, I've just launched my new Instagram. I've been slack on that for the last year or so. So there's different things on Instagram as opposed to what's on my Facebook page, as opposed to what's on my my spiritual group. So I'm trying to keep it kind of not cross-posting. Apart from my videos, I'll cross-post. But I'm trying to like have a different niche for every single page, so there's all different and helpful content, and directed obviously at different markets, so help as many people as I can. So please help me by liking and sharing and subscribing, and yeah, and I'll chat to you guys soon. I hope you enjoyed this video. Okay, bye.